Welcome to the Jammin' Show. My name is Ben Villers, and I'm a personal trainer here in Los Angeles, California. Welcome to my show. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and we're going to go over NFL Week 2 recap. So far this year has been really great. The games have been really entertaining. I've been really enjoying myself watching all of the games. Now let's go over it. So far, one of the biggest surprises of the year has been the Packers. They are really good, dominant team. It just seems like they're the complete package. Getting Micah Parsons was the cherry on top, and Jerry Jones scrubbed it. Cowboys scrubbed it. They beat the Giants this week in a great game, but they scrubbed it. They're not going to make any serious noise this year. No way. They're not that good. They beat the Giants. So what? And they gave Micah Parsons to the Packers, and that was what they needed to take it to the next level. Instead of keeping that pass rusher, that quarterback, like the someone to chase the quarterback in the division, you know, taking on Jaden Daniels, um, taking on Jalen Hurts. You would think that keeping Micah Parsons in the mix would be what makes the most sense, especially with the NFC East that's so competitive and they have good quarterbacks. You would think you'd want to keep your pass rusher, but Jerry Jones thinks something differently. He wants to stop the run, even though the NFC East has two really good. It's a quarterback heavy division. Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, and then ideally Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson. You need a pass rusher to get the quarterback. So Jerry Jones, Cowboys, y'all are scrubs. Cowboys fans, I feel bad for you. You had a D end, you had a Hall of Fame D end player right in your hands. Gone. In the mist, in the air. Your D end is gone. And the Packers have them, and you see what they look like with him. And this Giants Cowboys game, though, the Giants got robbed. They should have won that game. We had it, but I'm not going to lie to you. That shit hurt. That hurt. I thought we had it. I was pumped at the end of that game. Malik Neighbors and Russell Wilson, that connection, looking good. But they choked it, and the Cowboys won. It's just part of Cowboys culture to beat the Giants. So beat the Cowboys beating the Giants is it's nothing new there. But it still hurt because I thought things would change. But we're gonna have to wait on that. We're gonna have to wait till the Dart era starts. Then we got the Seahawks and Steelers. And, that was, I didn't really watch much of that game. I still think the Steelers are a really good team. I think the Seahawks will be a good team too. It seemed like Cooper Kupp and Sam Darnold had a better connection this week. And we'll see what happens there. I think the Steelers are going to be right up there with the Ravens this year as as the division rival, as like the top of the division in the AFC North. Now that Joe Burrow is hurt, then it's just going to be Steelers and Ravens. But Joe Burrow, he's unreliable. I like Joe Burrow. I would take Joe Burrow on my team as a GM, but he's unreliable at this point. He gets hurt a lot, or he starts slow, has to pick back up. I mean, I'm not trying to make this crazy hot take on Joe Burrow, but when he plays, he's good, but he's unreliable. He's a touch inconsistent. I know last year he had a really good year, but he started off the year hurt, came back, and they ended up having a really good season. Or he started slow. Something happened last year. He either started slow and then he picked it back up, or he was hurt to start last year and then had a really good year. But he's just inconsistent and unreliable. So take that how you want. if I had my pick of all the quarterbacks in the league, I wouldn't take Joe Burrow. I've had opportunities to take him in fantasy football. I haven't. And I think it's been a good move because he's just unavailable or starting slow or something's going on. There's always something going on with Joe Burrow. So, yeah, he's just unreliable. I'm not really too into Joe Burrow. And I think that the Steelers and the Ravens are going to be right at the top of the division. And when they play each other, I think it'll be interesting. Ravens, Steelers. Then we've got Rams, Titans. Let's go Rams. I'm wearing the Rams Super Bowl Aaron Donald jersey. And Titans just seemed lost. They've got their quarterback, but they're kind of just trash across the board. I was talking with my client this morning who's a Titans fan, and we just agree that the Titans just look like they're just trash. They just consistently don't get great talent on that team. They've got some future in Cam Ward, but who knows how long it takes until they mess that up. Um, so Titans not looking good. Rams looking good. 2-0. Loving that start. I moved to LA the same year the Rams moved back to LA. So we both were in LA at the same time for same first year. So Rams are my squad. Rams, Giants, both of those teams are my squads. I mean, Giants are my original team, my number one. Rams are my number two. And I'm liking what I see so far with the Rams. Apparently, Sean McVay got hurt on the sidelines this weekend, but hope he's doing all right. Sean McVay, Coach McVay, hope you're doing all right. Then we've got Bills and Jets. And man, I thought the Jets would play much better. I think Justin Fields got hurt. And the Jets are just the Jets. The Jets are just jetting all the way to last place in the division and not making a playoff. Jets are gonna jet. One of my biggest surprises this year has been the Dolphins and just how ass they are. So sick of defending that team. So sick of defending Tua. Again, I'm not out here saying they're like he is garbage, but something fucking stinks in there, dude. Something fucking stinks in there. Some smelly sewage going on. I don't know, but something smells like shit in Miami, and they're playing like it. And I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen with the Dolphins as they are bipolar. And so is Tua. So is that team. And I have no idea what's going to happen. So good for the Patriots finally beating them. I think like the Dolphins had like not, I don't know, some crazy streak against, I think Tua was like undefeated versus the Patriots, except now he's lost. So he was due, but playing like just complete shit. You would think that he would be getting better and better, but he's not. I don't know. I have no idea what to go with that. Jaguars, Bengals. The Jaguars lost, dude. I was just saying how Trevor Lawrence is overrated. Shouldn't be a max contract quarterback. Losing to backup quarterbacks with the Bengals. 31-27. Like, nah, bro. Like, what do we got here? We got Jake Browning. Come on, dude. He's not even Joe Burrow. Trevor Lawrence, max contract quarterback, can't even beat a backup. Crazy. Trevor Lawrence, Jaguars, overrated trash. Bengals, third place in the division. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with the Saints so far. Um, uh, let's see here. The Saints. Why is this so hard to find all of a sudden? Oh, there we go. So who was the quarterback that they drafted? Who did Saints draft for quarterback this year? Tyler Shaw, or however you pronounce his name. And then Spencer Rattler, 24, played for Oklahoma. He's the quarterback for the Saints right now. But everyone was saying how the Saints would be terrible. And while they're not very good, they're 0-2. Kellen Moore, their quarterback, their coach, I mean, really impressed with what I see there. Kellen Moore, one of the young best coaches in the league, making the Saints competitive, making them decent. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing in the Saints so far. And then Mac Jones making a little comeback. Um, Quarterback working with Kyle Shanahan, the quarterback guru. So Mac Jones, if you need a QB in a two QB league, or I don't know, you need a quarterback, Mac Jones might not be a terrible option. I feel like he might play really well in a Kyle Shanahan system. So I like what I'm seeing out of Mac Jones, um, and his revival. Then we've got Ravens Browns. They took care of business. The Browns are fourth in the division. They have no idea what they're doing over there. So I mean, like the Browns let go of Baker Mayfield years ago. What a fucking mistake that is. Like the Browns thought they were like, yeah, like who are the Browns to just let go of a quarterback who wants to be there, who plays well? Baker Mayfield won division playoff games, beat division opponents, made the Browns competitive, brought the pride back to Cleveland, and they just let him go. They shipped him off. No big deal. And Baker Mayfield is the GOAT. Man, Baker Mayfield, you are such an inspiration. So motivating. Fighting for the little guy. High IQ player. Winner. Dog. Thank God you're not with Cleveland. Cleveland does not deserve you. And they're just ass. Fourth place in the division. Ravens are going to still win a bunch of games, but the Ravens are most likely cursed. And when it comes down to a playoff game, I just don't know if they'll. I want the Ravens to win. I want Lamar Jackson to win. But they seem to be cursed. They seem to have something going on over there. So they're going to win a bunch of games, but all year I'm going to say it. I don't think the Ravens are they're going to pull through when it matters the most. I'm getting worried about the Bears. I'm getting worried about the Bears. Um, Losing to the Vikings last week was horrible. They played a much better team this week in the Lions, a more desperate team, but I don't know. Bears, Caleb Williams. I mean, Caleb Williams is showing the signs that he had at USC. Just like not mentally strong, not focused, not listening to his coaches, just all over the place, trying to do what he wants to do, trying to reinvent the wheel. And that's going to get you hurt and benched and going to get you a really good career at second and third string quarterback. So I'm worried about the Bears. I thought the Bears would be better. They're 0-2. They should be at least 1-1. Brutal 0-2 start. They're still they're going to be, third or fourth in the division. Big shock of the year so far is the Colts and Daniel Jones. Another really good week. I mean, I made a whole bunch of claims last week that he sucks. And, I really need to get this narrative straight. I don't think Daniel Jones sucks. I'm sure he's a great guy. He was just set up for failure with the Giants. He was drafted way too high with a horrible GM. He shouldn't have gone that much leeway in New York. He did not play well in New York, but I think it was much more situational. Lots of pressure. He was drafted way too high. If he wasn't drafted so high, then I think the whole setup with him with New York would be better. Would I take him on my team? No. But I don't think Daniel Jones is bad. I don't think he's terrible. I wouldn't put him top 15 in the league, like I said last week. I'd put him more in that bottom half quarterback. But he's definitely, a bottom tier first string quarterback. He's definitely a good quality second string and third string quarterback, depending on the team. But 2-0, playing really well. I mean, I'm shocked. I still believe that he will regress to the averages. So I think he's playing above his average right now, and I think it's going to normalize. I would be shocked if this sustained all year, but I don't think he's bad. And I think it was much more situational with the Giants. I think it all started where he got drafted way too high. It was a reach. But I don't think Daniel Jones is bad. I just don't think he's like a top 15 for starting quarterback, which is not an insult at all. Like why would you like? I mean, if I was to say that to his face, he would be insulted because if you're a starting quarterback in the league, you're not going to be like, yeah, like I'm just not like that good. Like what? Like no, but like if you're even a starting quarterback in the NFL, you're really good. So I just don't think he's top 15. I think he's more like a bottom half starting quarterback. Questionable starting quarterback at all. Really good quarterback to have on the roster overall. But did I expect the Colts to beat the Broncos last week? No. Do I expect the Colts to continue to be really good? I would be shocked. So we'll see how that narrative plays out. Then we've got Panthers Cardinals. I mean, the Panthers are just buns. They stink. Bryce Young is on his way to being out of the league or a second and third string quarterback. No moxie, no swagger, no energy. Just seems like low energy over there. Cardinals, where are we at with the Cardinals right now? Cardinals 2-0. 2-0. Um, they beat the Panthers and then the Saints. So really easy start for the Cardinals. I'm not really that bullish on them. So, like, do I think Kyler Murray or Daniel Jones is better? I mean, that's a really tough. That's a tough question because Kyler Murray's like little guy. Dan Jones is a big guy. Kyler Murray's more athletic. Dan Jones is more durable. I probably, you know, I feel like it's hard to make that call right now because of how good he's playing with the Colts. That'd be a good debate. I think it'd be a really good debate, Daniel Jones or Kyler Murray. Because I'm really not that bullish on Kyler Murray either. I don't know. If they were right there in front of me who I'd pick, I'm really not even too sure, to be honest with you. And then we got the Eagles and Chiefs. Eagles won again under the leadership of ball hog Jalen Hurts. I'm glad that they get, I'm happy for him, even though I'm not really happy for him. I could care less about the Eagles, one of my least favorite teams of all time. And yeah, they get their wins, but Jalen Hurts the ball hog. Um, Players on their team, like the fans are happy, the GM is happy, the owners are happy, but what about the players in that locker room who's that wide receiver or running back? I guess more wide receiver. How do you feel about Jalen Hurts being your quarterback? If you're a wide receiver in the NFL, how do you feel about Jalen Hurts being your quarterback? Yeah, you might win a bunch of games. He's only won one Super Bowl so far. I mean, if you're AJ Brown and you're an elite wide receiver, are you that happy being with Philadelphia? I don't know. I think I personally would because I do like to win. But if you're someone who likes to get a lot of action, a lot of catches, I don't know. Jalen Hurts, ball hog Jalen Hurts. That's what I call him, ball hog Jalen Hurts. Not saying I mean, The Eagles do not deserve him. That fan base doesn't deserve him. For all the shit talking that the Eagles fans and Philly was doing to Jalen Hurts, they don't deserve his greatness. But the reality is that I'm a Giants fan. He's on the Eagles. I've been a fan of Jalen Hurts for a long time. And I'm not going to be out here saying like I hate him because I don't. But like I'm not going to just be like rubbing his back being nice, right? So he's ball hog Jalen Hurts. The Eagles are lucky to have him. Their fans don't deserve him. They were so close to shipping him out. Anyone who really knows football knows that he was the man and that his progress was insane, his growth was insane, but you know, not everyone knows football. And they beat the Chiefs, and I'm not surprised by that. I think the Chiefs last year were not that good. They got the Super Bowl, but they're one of the worst Super Bowl teams ever last year. And now they're 0-2 this year, and they're facing the Giants this week. I'll make my prediction on that later. But I'm not surprised the Chiefs are 0-2. Not surprised at all. Would I be surprised if they continue to lose and have a losing season? For sure. Because it's just Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and the Chiefs, and it's in their DNA to win. Like, so I would be surprised if this year it's just like a bad year, but not surprised about the slow start. And I wouldn't be surprised if they come back and they have they win a bunch of games. But no, I'm not surprised the Eagles beat them. Falcons Vikings, that was a pretty decent game, but the Falcons really had control of that. And you can just see, guys, the two differences in quarterback there. We got Michael Penix Jr. and JJ McCarthy, two different styles of quarterback. One far more intellectual at the quarterback position than the other. Like when you look at them, Michael Penix is the real deal. JJ McCarthy has some swagger, but I think in the end he's not going to be that great. Last year, I was so much higher on JJ McCarthy before he got hurt, but now I just feel like this low energy rust. He got that comeback win versus the Bears, but right now the Bears are looking like a joke. That was such a bad loss for the Bears. And we'll just see, but I'm not a huge fan on JJ McCarthy, huge fan on the Falcons this year. Bucks, Texans, I mean, man, Baker Mayfield, like I said, such an inspiration, so talented. Um, Everyone's counting him out, and he's just made such a fantastic comeback in his career. It just so impressive. Just so happy for him. It's not like I know the guy, but I'm just so happy for him and that it's all working out. So I think I'm very high on the Bucks this year, and I think they can make a surprising playoff run as well. And then we've got the Chargers and the Raiders. 20-9. Chargers beat the Raiders. 2-0. Raiders not that good. Raiders not that good. It's cool they got Tom Brady in their corner in the booth coaching them up. But Chargers are looking good. Justin Herbert, very underrated quarterback. Last year did not get talked about a lot. This year playing really well. Chemistry between Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh really, really coming together. Chargers are dangerous. Chargers are dangerous. So I'm gonna go on let's see, NFL divisions. And I'm gonna make my call for each division this year. So we're at week 2 of the NFL season, and I'm gonna put my division winners out there early. So AFC East, I think the Bills will win the division. Then we've got the AFC West, which is Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs. Chiefs are 0-2, Chargers are 2-0. I still believe that the Chiefs will come back and win the division. It's not a really creative take, but they are 0-2 when I'm saying this right now. And I don't think they'll beat the Giants in week 3. I think the Giants will beat the Chiefs in week 3. And I think the Chiefs will be 0-3 after week 3 when they lose to the Giants. But after they lose and they're 0-3, something will click and they will get their shit together and they will probably have a historic run to become relevant again. And the Chargers will probably choke. And the Broncos are still to be determined. And the Raiders are not very good. So 0-2 Chiefs will soon to be 0-3 Chiefs. I believe will still win the AFC West. AFC North, I think will be the Ravens. And then second will be the Steelers. And I think the Steelers will be in the AFC wild card. But the Ravens will win too many regular season games. Too much volume. In the regular season, Ravens are just too much. So they will win the AFC North. Now, the AFC South, we've got 2-0 Colts, 1-1 Jags, 0-2 Texans, 0-2 Titans. I mean, not an easy call here. But I'm gonna say that the Colts collapse and the Texans make a surge and they win the division. Even though CJ Stroud looked terrible for the past year and a half, I believe the Texans will make a surge and they will win the AFC South. And the Colts will blow it and the Jaguars are overrated. Now, the NFC East, we've got, I believe that the Eagles will win the division because Jalen Hurts is a winner. I believe in the NFC West, the Rams will win the division. Let's go Rams. Let's go Rams. Everyone's 2-0 in that division. Then Seahawks are 1-1, so that's very competitive right there. But let's go Rams. Then we got the NFC North, and I'm taking Packers. Packers and then Lions for sure. Lions, really good team. They bounced back, but Packers look like nasty this year. If Jordan Love can stay being good and the defense stays being consistent and healthy, Packers are dangerous and NFC North champions. And then we've got the NFC South, and that is the last division. And I love the Bucks and the Falcons. I'm going to say Bucks win the division, and then Falcons are second. And then I think Falcons' big year is next year. So I think this is more the Bucks year, Falcons next year. So those are my division winners. And then now my week 3 picks. Dolphins and Bills. We're going to go Bills because the 0-2 Dolphins are not going to come back and get a win versus the Bills. I'd be shocked if the Dolphins all of a sudden pull this out of their ass and win. Then we got Bengals and Vikings. I mean, I'm taking the Bengals. Jake Browning, I think his name. What is it? His name? What is that? Is that who you keep saying? Jake Browning. Players. Yeah. Jake Browning. He's a good quarterback. So we're going to go, I think Jake Browning is better than J.J. McCarthy. So we're going to go Bengals over Vikings. We're going to go Texans over Jaguars. We're going to Colts over Titans. We're going to do a hot take this week. We're going to go Titans. We're going to go Titans beat the Colts. We're going to go Commanders and Raiders. We're going to go Raiders this week. Jaden Daniels is a little hurt. Geno Smith can get that win. We're going to go Raiders. Rams and Eagles. We're going to go Rams, baby. We're going to go Rams. Eagles get their first loss. Falcons, Panthers. We're going to go Falcons. Steelers, Patriots, we're going to go Steelers. Packers, Browns, we're going to go Packers. Jets and Bucks, trap game for the Bucks. If Justin Fields is healthy, Jets. Let's see if Justin Fields is healthy. Justin Fields. So it looks like Justin Fields has like a concussion. And then the Jets depth chart. So their backup quarterback. Oh, Jets backup quarterback is Tyrod Taylor. So Jets and Bucks, if Justin Fields plays, then Jets. Even though I like the Bucks way more, because I feel like this might be a trap game. Jets don't look bad. So even though Jets are jetting, they don't look bad. And if Justin Fields is healthy, I think they win. If he doesn't play, Bucks. Even though I think the Bucks are a better team, no doubt. But you know, NFL can get crazy. Broncos, Chargers. We're gonna go Broncos this week. Chargers are 2-0. Broncos are 1-1. Broncos aren't bad. I like Bo Nix. A little more urgency with the Broncos at the moment. I think the Chargers are a better team. But we're gonna go this week. We're gonna go Broncos because I think Chargers are very vulnerable to choking and blowing games. Then we've got Saints Seahawks. We're gonna take Seahawks. It looks like they're clicking better. I'm giving Kellen Moore, the coach, and Spencer Rattler some props, but we're gonna go Seahawks. Cowboys and Bears. You know, this would be Cowboys and Bears. What a great game that is. This would be such a Cowboys moment to lose to the Bears. So I'm gonna go Bears over Cowboys. Then we're going to go 49ers over Cardinals. My hot take of the week is Giants beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are 0-3 after this week. I don't think the Giants are bad at all. I've been very bullish on them going into the season. I said I would have benched Russell Wilson at halftime last week, but anyone who knows me and has been talking to me, I've always been a Russell Wilson fan. I would have definitely started Russell Wilson in week 1. I probably would have made that adjustment at halftime, but maybe that's a mistake. I'm a fan of Russell Wilson, and I like what I see out of the defense in the Giants. I don't like what I see with the Chiefs. They have a better coach. They have a better quarterback situation, but something seems to be stale. So we're gonna go Giants with the upset, 1-2, and Chiefs 0-3. Then Lions and Ravens. Both teams are 1-1. It's a complete coin flip. And you know, I'm gonna go Ravens beat the Lions on Monday Night Football. So that's my week 2 recap. And let's see how it goes. Let's on to week 3.